started, so I will change it back maybe after, or I might have to get him to help me with that because I am not Jim, I am Lacey, and this is my Zoom channel and my course. So, first of all, I just want to welcome you all. I know that this can be a very uncomfortable journey for many of you, so I just appreciate you being here. I appreciate you checking this out if this is your first time just checking out something like this. And I also appreciate those of you who've already registered. I've had quite a few people already register for the course. Where in previous years or previous courses, it's kind of been after this night is when most people start to register, and I've already got quite a few coming in. So I really appreciate that, and I just want you to know that I'm here to support you, and I'm really looking forward to this. This will be my third time running this course on an online platform. I've spoke on this quite a few times, but I got thinking about this today. I haven't actually spoke in front of a live audience outside of the digital space for just about a year now. I think I did one workshop maybe last year in January, February, or something like that. But then I have only been speaking in this on this platform ever since. So I definitely miss people and being able to see your faces and interact with you. But then I've also kind of kept it so that your faces don't show, just because some people want to do this in their own privacy and and just be in their homes and be comfortable and not have people see them. I know when I'm not the one speaking, I typically prefer to show up to the Zoom call in my sweatpants and a messy pony and no makeup and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't ask that you turn your cameras on for this or anything, just because I respect your privacy, and this really is just a personal journey for each and every single one of you guys. So as much as I'm not really a New Year's resolution type person. I find that kind of a little bit cliche, and I feel like it seems like it's a short-term thing a lot of times when people talk about their New Year's resolutions. But yet at the same time, I still feel like the beginning of a new year is a really good time to just check in on where you've been and where you're going, and what you're aiming for and what you're trying to work through, and what you've got on your mind and everything like that. And also just getting back on track after the holidays. I don't know if you guys follow me on social media, but I posted about it a couple of times today. Like, I need this just as much as everybody else. Like, after going through the holidays, like all of the, like, even though we had a quiet Christmas, like I cooked Christmas dinner just for 5 people. But it just, the whole month seemed to be insane. And I overate, I overdrank. So my body just doesn't feel good. I feel sluggish. I had trouble sleeping last night, and I'm just ready for a reset. So the thing is about this course is it's not like it's a one-time fix for everything and then it's like a magic wand and your life's going to be great. The beauty part of this is that you learn how to keep getting back up and everything like that. And even last night when I was having a tough night, I knew that I just needed today to come, and that I just needed to get myself back on track and get going back to the basics of this course, of getting my shit together. For those of you who are repeating the course, you'll probably hear a few of the same stories, and I apologize for that. I use kind of all my own stories, unless somebody says that I can share one of theirs. But you will also hear new stories, because the beauty part of doing this live, so I am working on a recorded version that will just be kind of spinning on the internet all the time. But the beauty of doing this live is that life is actually happening, and whatever's happening in our world and our community and everything else, and our families, all the changes that I go through with my family and everything like that, it's all a new experience all the time. So in doing it live, I kind of like that real life vibe, because I've taken a lot of online courses, and it's, it's the same every single time. So everything that I teach is simply what works for me and what I've used in my lifetime. Some of this has been that I've learned through books that I've read, through courses that I've taken. And a lot of it is just my own discovery. But every single thing that I teach, I actually apply in my own life. And I have put myself through all of this several times, actually. Um, Sometimes in kind of a more micro kind of way, but I've went through all of the stages of this course several times, and I still apply all of it on a daily basis. So just to give you a quick background on where this course originated, because I sometimes feel that the title "Get Your Shit Together" is really abrupt and kind of, it sounds like it has a judgmental flair on it, and it's like, you know, people that are mocking each other and saying get your shit together. But what it really was is about, I don't know, about a decade ago, I was just going through a lot of changes. I was divorced at the time, and I was just in a heap of debt, and I was working, I was cleaning a few places, I had a photography business on the side. I was taking 5 classes per semester of online university, and I still had to complete it in that semester time frame, and trying to raise 3 kids and be not just a, a mom that's going through the motions, but I wanted to be a good focused mom. And I just remember one night kind of melting into the couch, and I think I probably had a beer, to be quite honest with you, and just sat there and just like kind of just said, I have to get my shit together. Like, this is enough. I was tired of feeling down on myself. I was tired of being frustrated, and just long frustrated of trying to keep up a certain image and trying to be perfect and being, you know, this and that. And I was tired of, I would blame everybody else for my problems. I blame my circumstances. I blame everything else in the world. I was completely on a hamster wheel, and just working so hard, but feeling like I was just never going anywhere. I had no confidence whatsoever. I was extremely self-conscious. I was constantly chasing happiness and attaching it to something that was pretty much impossible. Um, I just, I was just lost. Like, just as a human being, I just felt lost. And you know, to be quite honest with you, I've felt that way several times since, where I just like, you know, in my career path or different goals and things shift and everything else. Like, I know a lot of people that like really aren't happy in their career path right now. And you know, these are just, sometimes you can get into a real funk when you're in this and you just feel lost. So in that moment, as I'm sitting there saying, I need to get my shit together, I grabbed a scribbler out of my kids' school supply bin, and I just started to write, and I wrote for hours. And I basically just started to prioritize and create systems of every single thing in my life. Like every piece of my life had some sort of a system to navigate myself through it. And I get that we have to be able to go with the flow at times and roll with the punches, but I've even got systems for that, of when we're working out of our systems. So basically I wrote, and I wrote about like what I needed as a person, and I needed confidence more than anything. I just needed to believe in myself and know that I could get through whatever it was that was coming at me, and that I wanted more, and I wanted a more fulfilled, intentional, happy life, genuine happiness, not just fake going through the motions, looking good on the surface. I wanted to really tune in and be my very best self. So honestly, like I said, this is not a one-time quick fix. It is something that you can go over and over again. And I have personally tested it over and over again. I came back to this when my brother Mike passed away, and like our worlds were just absolutely shattered. I came back to it when my dad got sick, when I had a miscarriage, when my dad passed away. I've come back to it through a lot of really, like, when I stop And I think like over the holidays, sometimes your grief and everything like that kind of amplifies, and this struggle and the funk that I was having last night is kind of all hit me. And when I really started thinking about it, I was like, that is a lot of really tough life events, like big life stuff that I've had to work through, and really hard things to just be able to pick the pieces up and put things back together. And that's where I've used this system a lot, but I've also just used it in the everyday stuff, in going through things as a parent, and adapting to all the new things that my kids are going through, new stages. And it's there's always something. And I don't want to say that this is all just for parents either. I don't want to discourage you if you're not a parent, because I this program is honestly not just for parents, but I do refer to that just because that's my world and that's where I use it. But um, I've I've really I've really came back to this a lot, and not just to get through all the tough stuff, but also to grow and take bigger steps in my career, and make new changes, and try to grow to new levels, and do what I'm doing here. To be honest with you, I'm not always I look confident, but I'm not. There's a lot of times that I struggle to show up here. If I'm being completely honest with you, today was one of those days where I was just like, oh, I just want to lay low today. I don't want to put myself out there. But all of this work that I've done is really what helps me to move forward. So just to give you a scenario um, that I like to use just to kind of demonstrate this, and maybe it's a weird thing and it's just mine. Um, but let's say scenario one, you are just kind of standing still and not paying attention, and someone comes up to you and pushes you, and you fall on your ass, right? Because you're not paying attention. It's just easy to knock you down because you're not really doing anything to hold yourself up, right? Or scenario number two, where you're kind of stable and you're braced and you're paying attention, but somebody pushes you, and you'd fall back a step, right? You wouldn't fall completely on your ass, but you'd fall back a step. Where when you got your head down and you're plowing forward, and you're running forward, moving on a forward path, it is so much harder to knock you down when you're moving forward than when you're not paying attention, or moving backwards, or just standing limbo. So I realize that you're still going to get knocked down, because there's going to be those big life events that they come at you from the side, or they're just stronger than you are, and they're going to knock you down. But the whole purpose of this is to strengthen yourself so that you can continue to keep getting up faster. And the other part of this is, I just personally, I feel like life is just going by faster and faster all the time. And I look at sometimes those Facebook memories pop up, and I'll see something from 10 years ago, and I'll look back at that and I'll be like, I would give anything to relive that day. Like I would give anything to just go back and relive that moment again, because that was so special. And then when you stop to think about it, you think, in that moment, when I was actually living that moment, did I realize that that was as special of a moment as it really was? Or was I just distracted and stressed out? Was I worried about my bank balance, or my image, or how I look in my jeans, or any other useless crap? Was I actually there and taking in that moment? And do we realize that those moments are still happening? They're happening every single day. Every single day is a gift, and it's precious. And the things that are happening in our life right now are the things that we'll look back on in 10 years from now and think, oh, I would love to go back and relive that. So it's about living fully and paying attention, and being alive and awake in your life, and really living it and enjoying it and embracing it, and just not getting distracted and stressed out about little things that are really not important. So I'm going to just share my screen here. And I will just give you an overview of what is covered in this course, because you're probably like, okay, Lacey, you're babbling on and on here about why to do it, but what the hell is it? So I'm going to go through that with you. because you guys, every single one of you are on a journey of your own. And um okay. So this isn't working out so great because I've got too many screens open. So there we go. Now I'm just going to stop this for a second and restart it, because I don't know if you guys had that, all that other stuff that was in my background there, but basically this is all I really want. Okay, so just my contact information, I'm going to email this out to you, so you don't need to rush and write all this down, but I'll email you with my email, my cell phone number, so you can text me if you have a question or anything like that, or call me. My social media information is all on there as well. Let's just do this. Okay. Just when I think I've got it all figured out, I go ahead and have some weird little tech difficulty here. There we go. Ah, perfect. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to cover in this course, we're going to start with energy. That will be happening on next Monday. I believe it is the best thing to start with, because everything we do, we need energy for. Every step that we take in this, we need energy. And I always say that I treat my energy like it were money. Like, I need to keep growing my energy, and I need to spend it wisely on what really matters. So this is a huge module. I don't know if I've got 2 weeks set for it, because it takes a little while to get into all of the habits to really be keeping up our energy. But I honestly, personally, I feel like it is the one thing that I feel affects me the most, is when I get behind on this, everything else doesn't matter if I don't have this. This is step one. I'm going to teach you a lot of different little techniques that I use to keep up my energy and keep functioning at the best level that I can. And when I'm really applying this, I feel good, like all day, all night. I'm in a good state and a good state of mind. I'm going to go through who the heck are you and what do you want. So you'd be amazed at how much we really change over time and lose sight of who we really are and who we want to be and what we want in our life. So I believe that that's also a great place to start. Once we've nailed down the energy, we start with, let's just take a look, let's take a step back and look at who we actually are and what it is that we want in this lifetime. And we do a few exercises on that. And then we get into creating our focus 5. This is kind of my signature thing that I've done in all of my courses. And this is basically like what I was talking about at the beginning of creating systems. That's where we get into the focus 5, is about creating systems in our life and just narrowing in on what's important to us, what's the most important things to us, and how to kind of try to sort of have a balance of that. And balance is different to everybody, and I acknowledge that. But every single workshop that I've taught, I've always had someone come back and say that their favorite part of the course was this focus 5 of just putting things into perspective. So I'll be excited to teach that to you guys. That's one of my favorites. It's one of the things that's changed my life the most too. Building confidence. I mean, I could put that at the start. I could put it in the middle. I could put it at the end. I could put it anywhere, because confidence is a skill. And a lot of people get this mixed up. They think that you're just born a confident person. You're not. It's a skill that you have to learn. And honestly, sometimes you have to fake it till you make it, but it's something that you have to keep working on. And so we're going to really tune in to confidence, and everything hinges off of confidence. When I look at people, whether they're a really nice person or a really not nice person, I can typically uh, resort back to confidence being an issue. So that's something we're really going to work on. Managing stress. So everything in the course kind of leads up to this managing stress. And personally, I feel like stress is so toxic for you. I don't think I've posted this yet. I made a social media post today because I was going through some of the notes from different courses that I've taken. And it said that 1 minute of being angry will compromise your I don't want to get that wrong, will affect your immune system for 4 to 5 hours, whereas 1 minute of laughter will boost your immune system for 24 hours. So it just like really shows you how hard stress is on you and on your body and everything else. So I really want to work on that, and that's something I always welcome people to reach out to me about, and I'll help you on a one-on-one basis on that as well. Which also goes with solving problems effectively. I just have a system for that I find I apply it all the time, like all the time in my own life. When I'm stressed out about something and it's a problem, I go through this system every single time, and it honestly helps me out so much. I don't hold on to problems. Very rarely do I hold on to any type of stress or problem. It has a very short life with me. Managing time. We're all busy. Every single one of us is busy, and life is busy, and there's so many things going on. Maybe not right now. Things have slowed down for some, but it will be busy again. And I just, like I said, time is precious. So we need to manage it well. But I feel like a lot of people get confused because they think that they don't have time for anything. But I always tell you, there's 168 hours in a week. You sleep 56 and work 40 on average. That leaves you with 72 hours. So I just had this conversation. My son hates going to school. And I said, luckily, you only have to do it for 30 hours a week. You have 138 other hours that you can do things that you enjoy. So managing time is huge. Reducing and managing worry. So the worry, like some of us can really fall into a trap of worry, and we'll worry about so many things that are beyond our control, and we'll actually get very stressed out about it. And it's, like they say, it's like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it's not going to get you anywhere. So we focus in on learning how to manage that. And that again is something I go back to all the time. I have, as of this coming Saturday, I will officially have 3 teenagers. So worry is a big deal for me. It's something that I have to work through all the time, and I have to take my own medicine on it and practice everything I preach. So adapting to change. We're all evolving. Everything in the world is evolving. Things can be very scary. Things are moving very fast, and we need to be able to keep up. We have to be able to adapt. So that's another lesson. A 20-minute morning plan. This is just a guide that I give you that I've just revamped it too, actually, because I was giving it out in a couple of giveaways over the Christmas holidays. But it's just, a routine to get in. And I find when I'm doing my 20-minute morning plans, I just have a much better day. So, and it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. It can be 10, it can be 30, it can be 60. I don't care. But I will give you that, and we'll go through that. I will also have a quick reference guide to happiness. That's just kind of a quick reference that you can look at. And, when you're feeling stressed, it's like, oh, well, I haven't really been doing this, or I haven't been doing that, or, oh, I should practice that technique because that really helped me out before. Setting goals and committing to ongoing growth and learning. I feel like this is essential. And I believe that you all agree with that, because you wouldn't be here if you didn't have some type of a growth mindset and want to continually improve your life, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be even checking out this course. So I think we're on the same page with that one. Setting boundaries and having difficult conversations. This is something I just added. It was brought up to me the last time around when I did the course, and I actually have a video that I haven't sent out to those participants yet because I got behind on everything over the holidays, but it wasn't in my whole curriculum, but I decided to just put it into my curriculum this year or this session. And I'm still, if you are on here that were on here last time, I am sending that out to you. I have not forgot about it. And just anything you request or want to talk about, I'm more than happy to. And I would love for more people to share some of their stories. I get tired of talking about myself all the time. I'm sure you do too. But yeah, just I'm more than happy to just support you and hear you out on anything. So that's kind of in a nutshell what the course covers. I've got a homework assignment, but first I'll just say what you need for this course. So number one, I would prefer that you have a comfortable space to do this in. Privacy is much preferred. So if you are parents, if there's some way that you can carve out a half an hour a week to be alone and work through this and join me, I would say that's preferred, to take this time for yourself. I know it's not always possible, but as much as you can. I suggest that you bring a nice cup of tea or a glass of wine or a flavored water. You could have a cocktail or whatever makes you feel like you're relaxing, because I really want this environment. I want this weekly activity to be something that you look forward to, that you are taking this time out for yourself and that you can kind of relax and just focus on yourself and be comfortable. Be comfortable physically, because mentally and emotionally I'm going to move you out of your comfort zone a little bit, but do something that makes you feel relaxed. I want it to feel relaxing, but yet we're going to be productive, and we're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to work hard. And doing this on a Monday, I feel like it just kind of kickstarts your week to get you on track and get you thinking about your goals and how you approach things. And a journal and a pen, any type of note-taking device that you have is great, because I personally feel that you showing up every week and listening, you're going to get something out of it, but you're going to get so much more if you actually go through the homework steps and really apply this and think about it. I guess that's what I've basically said here. Show up every week. Don't fall too far behind. So if you're doing the recorded versions, I'll tell you exactly why. Because I've got behind on different courses that I've taken before, and then I don't catch up. And then it's just a flop, and it's a waste of my money. And I don't want that for you. I want you, if you pay to have this, I want you to keep up, and I want you to apply it, and I want you to do the homework, and I want you to actually put yourself into this and think deeply about it, because that's how you're going to get the best results. And that's what's going to help you to achieve whatever goals you're working on. Apply it all. Ask me questions. Reach out to me when you don't get something. There are no stupid questions. I promise you. By all means, ask me about something, or if you have a particular situation you're trying to work through that you're just dumbfounded on, ask me. I'm more than happy to support you. So this was a testimonial that I just got from the last course, and I'm sharing it because it really hits home on the homework part. So this is what a girl sent me for a testimonial. This course is truly great. Lacey gives you easy, everyday tools to help you get back on track to live a happier, more intentional life. I highly recommend doing the homework assignments, as this is where the magic growth happens. You can tell right from the beginning that Lacey is invested in each person's growth and is committed to working with you. Thank you, Lacey. So yeah, that was just really nice, and that really kind of hits home with doing that homework and putting, you know, the effort into it. So as far as the first week of homework, I would like you to get a journal if you don't have one, and think about, you know, how you're going to do this course and how you're going to show up every week. And I want you to answer these questions. Why do you want to be your best? Who needs you to be your best? And what do you want out of your life? And what do you want out of this program? And if you wanted to answer what you want out of this program and send it to me, I would be more than happy to accept that email and work towards fulfilling it. So the other thing is just a little activity. What are 3 words that describe the person that you want to be? And you just enter them in your phone. So you can go into, I guess, well, I just have an iPhone, so I don't know what everybody else's phone is, but I'm sure you have reminders. And I go into the reminders, and 3 times a day, I get a little reminder to be, why can't I remember? I get it 3 times a day. To be loving, to be effective, and to be, I'm having a complete brain fart. Anyways, there's 2 of my words. Anyways, I guess it's Monday, guys. Anyways, enter them into your phone, and 3 times. Oh, vibrant. That's just a word that I like. I like a vibrant person who can, you know, relate to people and help people and that. So yeah, those are my 3 words. That's the person that I aspire to be. And I should probably change them up because I've had them for quite a long time, but it's just kind of a neat little thing. Like whatever we're working through, sometimes you'll be all angry and pissed off about something, and then all of a sudden you'll get this little reminder to be loving, and it's like, am I acting loving right now? Probably not. So yeah, that's just a little activity to get you started. But definitely do the why. Like, why are you here? Why are you even checking out this course? That is so important to just be able to answer that. So I'm going to follow this up with an email. So I will send out the recorded version of this course, and it'll just go through, anybody who's on my email list will get this tonight, and we'll have the instructions. If you want to sign up for the rest of the course, the links they'll all be there to go on my website, or you can go on my website and click on there and subscribe. Yeah, and if you have any questions, just, it's all right there. Give me an email or a text. You can call me. I don't always answer my phone depending on what I'm doing. I'll just be blatantly honest. But I always call back. But I don't always answer my phone because sometimes I don't even have it on me. I turn it off. But yeah, so does anybody have any questions right now? Is there anything I could answer for anybody right now that you're just wondering about the course, or how to, if I cover something, or if there's something that you'd like me to cover? I'm more than happy to answer any questions. And I see there's a few people coming on too that have taken the course before. So welcome back. Thank you guys for joining again. That means you didn't hate it. I guess you didn't hate it if you're coming back, but yeah, so by all means, reach out to me anytime, and just thank you for even showing up here tonight to spend this half an hour with me. And maybe this isn't your style, maybe this isn't the type of personal development that you want to do, and that's totally fine. I always suggest doing some form of personal development, because I know for me personally, it's just really, it's got me through a lot of really tough stuff, and it's got me to a lot of new levels, and I have a lot more passion in my life and a lot more goals, and sometimes I don't feel like achieving those goals, to be quite honest with you, but keeping on going through this, I feel the motivation. I have the push behind me to keep working for those. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight. Cheers. Like I said, I like to come with a little bit of wine on a Monday, even though I'm trying to get back into the whole recovery from Christmas. But I still thought it's course night. I got to have a little bit of wine because that's just my ritual. That's what I do. And you guys can do whatever it is that works for you too. So have a great week. Oh, there was a chat. Hold on. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. All right. Thank you guys. And I hope to see you. And I hope you have a really great week and a happy new year. Take care.